PC is a beauty, by the way. Wait till you see this one. 13700K LS720 Edge Wi-Fi board. Beautiful white board from MSI. We're cooling with the LS720 in white. 10 SL120 fans are putting us all in the Lian Li Evo. The 12-watt power supply. We've got braided cables. We've got RGB cable. We've got the Strimmer cables going in here. We've got a white GPU. It's just beautiful. So without further ado, let's get started on this beautiful build. I'm gonna send you guys over to the desk. That's a beautiful board. Look at that beautiful motherboard, guys. You see it's 790 gaming edge. Got a 13.7. What are we looking for? I look on the thing. There was a structure, yeah. So yeah, leave him.
I didn't test it out though.
What build was he in?
I think it was custom.
How many weeks back?
That was 3, I think. Maybe
So
4.
probably next week. Today's storage, we've got a 2 terabyte Kingston Fury drive. We'll upgrade for Greta. Oh, did you see the stat today, Rowdy? You see the Steam stat today? Steam stats for Warzone, the active players. So they had like 500,000 active members on Steam who purchased it. Now they have only like 240,000. They dropped over 56% of players in 2 weeks. Fix the game. All right, there we go. Drive is in. All right, we're gonna get our standoff really quick for our cooler. Every new COD has a honeymoon phase. All right, guys, we got the standoffs we needed for the cooler in place. We're working on our RAM. So there's a lot of debate right now. Like, what's the best RAM we're really gonna be looking at? All around, which is great performing RAM right now on DDR5 is the 64CL32. This kit, we can adjust the timing. The timing is nice and tight. It runs really good. It can almost get really close with the timings. It has a speed of like 7,200 megahertz. So it's really good RAM. This kit from Kingston is one of the best kits to be buying right now. This is the Kingston Fury Renegade. Absolutely amazing RAM. It's literally our gold standard right now for most of our DDR5 systems. It runs so good. Absolutely beautiful system here. We got our 13700K, our 2 terabyte Renegade, 2 terabyte NVMe drive, one of the best NVMe drives in the market right underneath there. The 64CL32, super fast DDR5 RAM. There we go, guys. Look at that beautiful case. What do you guys think about this case? I always love building this Evo. Evos are gorgeous cases. How much do these cases go for? Cases go for like 180 or so, I think. All right, guys, we're gonna go top down. Get ready to mount this beautiful, beautiful motherboard in this case. Go. All in there. Look at that beautiful, beautiful motherboard, white case. A couple more screws here on the motherboard, and then we're gonna get working on the fans. Cables and fans. There we go. All right, guys, give you the front close-up view of this beautiful case motherboard combo. Look at that. That looks so good. Get some of these cables going, guys. Got the front panel connection we gotta hook up next. We've got our HD audio, and then we're gonna start working on the fans. We got a lot of fans to hook up. We're gonna work on cooler next. Cooler and fans. We open up our SLs really quick. All right, we're gonna try and do the rad back this way and then over. That way we can have all the RGB and all the nice cables showing. All right, last screw. All right, guys, all this over here looking good. We're gonna work on getting this rad in right next shot. What we need to do is we need to take out these top screws. There we go. All right. All right, we have to work on the pump. All right, guys, we get a front close-up view of this beautiful system so far. All right, it's looking good. On to the side fans. The side rear fan, do that first. There we go, chat. Now we work on the side fans here. Open the second box of fans. I really want exhaust from the side here, but we need the intake. Because the exhaust would be super sleek looking, but see how sleek the exhaust looks right here, all the fans like that way. Thermals are gonna be good, we'll be all right. Thermals are gonna be really good in this case. The system we have, the specs we have. The intake going on strong, this will be a light exhaust on the side, and we'll have the main exhaust going on the side and back here. Side fans are done. Time for the bottom 3 fans. They're on to the power supply chat. We'll leave the zip tie here in a second. We'll leave the case just like it is. The zip tie with the screws on the bottom here for the fans. Don't waste your energy on that, by the way, crutch. It's not worth it. Alright guys, onto the power supply, and then it's really cabling and a couple cables and running a couple of hubs. Alright guys, we have the RGB cables as well as the power supply. The Greta cables, we get all these cables we need right now out. Power supply is slightly in the way, but it'll be alright. Pin we will need. 24 pin, we already have what? 2 SATA. We will need 1 SATA there, and 1 SATA there. So we need 4. All 4 SATA we'll be using. There we go. P1 and 2. So let's go back in the bag. We're using a white 12-volt cable to go with this white build. Alright, a couple more cables, chat. We're gonna start connecting all of our RGB. Some of these newer CPUs are a little bit longer. The PCIe or the CPU is actually longer now. I want to do more of an X type pattern. Yeah, these are LS. No, these are not the LS. These are the SLs, SL120s from Lian Li. RGB might light up a little weird today because of the MSI board without RGB firmware update. It's getting kind of weird looking. But once this thing gets done, we'll get a video of it and photos later. Yeah, the firmware on this LS720 needs an RGB firmware update, and then it performs better. But then it looks much better because it looks kind of weird when you first get it. If that makes sense. All right, I'll get up to the RGB chat. Get these RGB connections in. First is going to be our SL fans, SL fan controller. The white cables are RGB as well. Yeah, these right here, these are RGB cables. Yes, they are. Yep. All right, chat, almost there. I need like 2 more minutes here on the RGB. All the RGB done, then we're getting ready to boot up this beautiful PC. But all we have to go left after that is just the GPU. So we're getting close, chat. We're getting really close. Thank you for being patient. So how long does it normally take someone to build a PC that's been doing this in a while? Like this one, I guess, like what, 2 hours? Give or take 2 hours. I mean, we didn't start really until 1:30 or 10:30, so an hour and a half on a build that probably, I would say most people probably would struggle on more to get done in like 2 or 3 hours at least. You guys remember, I've been building these for years, so it's a little different. But most people, I don't know, it's a very intricate build. And it really depends on how, like, I'd say how fast, how efficient you are, how well you know the components. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. I just need to get the power and the USB hooked up to this and the RGB. The cables that hook up into this thing, these right here, to hook these up, and then we're in the run the USB line, and we are on to the GPU chat. We're really close. Thank you for being patient. Like I said, this is the most tedious process right here, just running all these cables. It's all different RGB elements that Lian Li has. A thick boy? Oh, we got a thick boy today too. Just wait, chat. You guys ready for this thing? Wait till we got all the aesthetic thought about in this one. That was the mad scientist on this build, chat. RGB won't be too crazy today, guys. Remember I said we have to flash the RGB controller and some of the firmware on the motherboard. So we did it last time, Ronnie, we had to flash the firmware on this one. The white Z790s, we had to flash the firmware. What was it? For the RGB? The LED, yeah, the LED firmware. So it looks kind of funky at first, chat. Don't worry. Yeah, the 5 RGB is just be a weird looking color, but it's once we get it done, we'll make sure to get video of this today. We'll put on video on Twitter. Obviously some photos for GretaTheGoat will go on our partner page. All right, chat, there it is. I'm about to start there. All the cellophane off the bad boy. Looks even more prettier now. All the white. Look at that thing. Sheesh. Here we go, chat. In we go. The thunk. Woo, or that thunk. That's a thick card. That's a thick 4090, chat. Or 4080. Look at that thing. Sheesh. It's right there. Cable's about to just bump the glass slightly, but in this one we have the good cable mod connector. It's nice and firm. Cables look fantastic. There we go, chat. Oh, all right. I need a nap after this one, Roddy. This thing's insane. All right, guys, there you go. There's the front of it. Oh, it's been around. You guys want to see cable management? Yeah, there we go. Nice and clean. Whew, all the RGB in the world running this thing. All right. You guys ready for this bad boy?
Guys, thanks for another awesome video. Thank you for stopping in and showing us some love here on our YouTube channel. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button. If you like what you see even more, hit that sub button. And remember, we build these PCs you see live here on our YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now over at twitch.tv/Stince. Come over, say hello, watch us build the PC, and ask any questions you have, and let's go.